Hello my loyal noobs! Welcome to SC2 Noob School! As always, I'm your host, your teacher, your professor, Trebus. Anyways, today we got a zerg game, a little zerg strategy we're going to look at. And this strategy is entirely based around scouting your opponent, seeing what he's doing and reacting accordingly. And that, I would say, is one of the key differences between Zerg and other races. The Zerg tends to play a lot more reactive to what they're seeing. They have to, basically see what strategy their opponent is going for and then react in some way to counter it. They tend to not be the person dictating the flow of the game. However, in this case, they certainly will be dictating the flow based on some really key information that this Overlord Scout is getting. Okay? Basically, we can already see it. What's going to line up here is the Overlord's going to park it right here. And in this spot, he can see exactly how much gas the Terran is getting. And this is going to completely inform the entire strategy for this game. Okay? But before the Zerg can really know that, they have to commit to some kind of early game strategy before they can really get any scouting. And this is Moro, by the way. Moro is going to choose to go for a expansion first build. So they're going to build another hatchery before they build anything else. And then, once they have enough money, they're going to build another drone or two. Depending on how risky you want to be, you can turn some of these larvae into drones, or you can just save them up and go straight away for that spawning pool. Looks like he's going to go straight for the pool. So this was, oh, maybe not, choosing to get a couple more drones out, and then he's going to wait for that pool to come out. So, okay, here we got our Overlord in position. We can only see Moro's vision here, and he can see just the edges of each of these Vespian geysers. And what he is already noticing right now is that the barracks is up and there's no gas going down. Okay, so he's either thinking, okay, there could be two barracks going up and he's just going to pressure me a lot with Marines, or it could be a really, really fast expansion. So he's not really sure right now. Either way, he's going to want to be in a position where he can get something like Ling speed pretty quickly. So at the same time that he throws down his spawning pool, he's throwing down the extractor as well. Get 3 drones in that. As soon as you have 100 minerals, start getting that Ling speed. It can be really nice. So there's a certain time where Moro has got to be thinking, okay, if there's this 2 barracks play coming out, I'm going to be seeing it very soon. It's going to be coming out. He's going to be prepared to make as many Lings as he needs to. Still only making drones and getting 2 queens out really fast. Now he sees the expansion, okay? And these queens are actually going to be key to his strategy working. What he's going to go for is a mid-game Baneling bust. So he's going to get both of these queens out, drone up a little bit more, get Ling speed, get a Baneling nest, and then just get a bunch of Lings and bust up his ramp, okay? So we saw no gas going down for a long time. Now he's seeing 2 gas going down. So what he could be suspecting here, and I'm actually going to pause this for a second, what he is suspecting here is that if you're putting down these 2 gas, it's likely he's not going for tons of barracks units. Barracks units don't take that much gas, so he'd maybe only get 1 and just get, 5 barracks or something like that. So by seeing this, it's likely that he's thinking he's going to see more high-tech siege tanks, banshees, probably more likely siege tanks or something to secure this expansion. So I think once he sees this is when he's really thinking that he's going to go for a Baneling bust, because what Druby is basically doing is choosing to tech and to pump economy at the same time, and this can result in a really, really devastating mid-game push. But if you don't get to that mid-game spot, you're vulnerable from the very beginning. And this Overlord, I can't tell you how important that is to Moro deciding to go for this strategy. So getting a few more drones out, and now he's getting his extractor up. He sees on the minimap some Marines coming in, and now he's just going to be pumping Lings for a while. And in fact, from here on out until the end of the game, he's just going to be pumping Lings. He's going to go for a big Baneling bust, going to be building up gas. There goes the Baneling nest right there. I wouldn't recommend putting it there because it is easily scoutable. But he's got more Lings coming out. He's got queens come out to defend. And just continuing to rally in Zerglings. Zerglings are going to be able to clean this up. I don't know if Root Druby meant to commit this much to the attack. I probably wasn't expecting to see Ling speed that quickly, but he does end up losing many of those Marines. Now, going to cheat for a second. What are we seeing? Well, we're seeing the result of these two refineries going up extremely fast. He's not getting barracks units, he's just getting 2 factories. So he's probably going to be going for tanks and Hellions or something like that. And still, he's only pumping off 1 barracks this whole time. He's going to start getting more barracks up in a second. You see his money's higher than you want it to be, but still, you know, very weak on actual army. So back to the Moro cam, and then we're going to see as soon as this Baneling nest comes up, he's been mining gas for a while. In fact, actually he does decide to stop mining gas from one of his geysers. Not exact. I guess he's just seeing his gas get rather high. It's near 400. And he's just thinking he doesn't need quite that much, and he's needing a little more, just minerals at the moment. So that's all that decision was. And so he's got all these lings out here. If you look on the production tab, he's continuing to produce lings, and then 14 banelings morphing right here. This is gonna be so deadly. Staying on the production tab, he's totally staying all in with this attack. Well, it's not so all in, but you know, he's not wanting to get super great drone saturation right there. He's mostly mining off 1 base. So going in for this Baneling bust. 14 Banelings coming in. Only 1 bunker up. Baneling's completely obliterating the bunker. Zergling's able to come in and just completely wipe out this expansion. The Banelings are trying to bust through that wall, but they can't quite. And the Marines come out for the repair, and oh my god, it's going to be close. Okay, so the SCVs do get the repair. Moro's not going to be able to bust up this ramp quite yet, but he's got more Banelings morphing in. 5, 6 is that magic number to bust through the supply depot. He's going to try to end this right here. Druby can't see those morphing in, very smartly morphing them right there. And you can see on the production tab, this all-in is continuing. He's not interested in producing drones right now. He wants to win it in this instant. We got a total of 9 Banelings coming up. Easily going to be able to bust through this wall. Only a couple Marines or a couple Hellions to defend, but Hellions aren't that great in small numbers. They do have Blue Flame upgrade, but it looks like these Lings are going to be able to come in and just obliterate the SCVs. Oh, the SCVs are totally gone. Absolutely destroyed. Just guts of SCV all over the place. And this is going to be the game. Root Druby is forced to GG. Anyway, I just thought that was a really interesting example of seeing a certain tech go, or a certain path go down by a Terran player. Is a very unusual path. You'll sometimes see this fast 1 racks expansion or something like that, but generally you won't see this gas go up quite as quickly, and you'll just see more Marines and bunkers come out to defend. But seeing that gas is very key to this and allowed this interesting strategy to work. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Keep watching, keep subscribing. GG.